What's going on, little dragons? How are we all feeling today? If you're feeling good, please do let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to punch that subscribe button, as it will help me out so very much. Now let's just go for a walk down here. So yeah, we haven't done these Monday motivations in a while, just because I think I've put enough out there. I think just too much motivation, or trying to motivate and keep on, you know, just looking out for motivation, it's not so good, it's not so great on my behalf. I think even just one thing, even if there's just one thing that we follow up on, we hold on to, that should be plenty for us. That's what I believed, and I did kind of run out of ideas. And also, it's all out there anyway. I let my heart out. It comes from here, it doesn't actually come from up here. The motivational things that I say, it actually comes from the heart. So I want to make that clear. But in this one, I want to give you a very a fight related, I don't want to say advice because I don't really give advice, I don't really take advice. So this is more like a fight related, an idea, that's what I would say, or my perspective in fights, because of how long I've been training. So I've been training since I was 9 years old. I've been doing karate, I've been doing martial arts, and I jumped into sort of like taekwondo sort of training, and then I started going into kickboxing and boxing and more like Western style, what people train nowadays. So when I was doing karate, they always taught me to keep my hands low, keep it down at your waist. Only when you need to punch, you punch. When you punch, you twist at the last second. The form, the styles they taught me. With boxing, they say keep your hands glued to your face, don't take it anywhere away from your face. You need to keep it glued to your face at all times, cover yourself at all times. Even when you kick, even when you move, switch stances, keep it towards your face. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So there's two things I always follow, or that I always think about when it comes to fight training. They're basically linked, but there you go. First thing is, yes is nothing, no is nothing. What I mean by this is, there's nothing to say that this will definitely work in a street fight. This combo, this move, these this style, this technique, this martial art is definitely going to work for you in a street fight or in the ring is nonsense, because that's not true. And there's nothing that would work guaranteed. There has been professional fighters that have lost to, you know, people that don't even know how to fight, people that have never stepped in the ring, never trained anything in their lives. There's proof of that. And on the contrary, no is nothing, because they say all these like trickster moves that people do, you know, like corkscrew. If you know what a corkscrew is when someone kicks up like in the air, like up to here, and then they do a spin and then they land. So corkscrew kick is as you're landing, you throw the kick. Professionals, trickers and all of that have used these kicks, and so a lot of them have failed. I mean, there are clips and videos of them losing balance when they land, and then that as soon as they lost balance, the opponent just moves straight in and knocks them out. There's ones where you fall down straight on your face and that just causes the injury. There's one where there was someone trying to do a move and it broke their arm. So there are things like that, but there are times where it has landed. I've seen clips where the guy goes to do something, opponent just froze, he didn't realize what was happening, and then, you know, before you know it, one hit, down. That has happened. Even in UFC, they have used cheat 900s and all of that, and they've set it up correctly. Or when the opponent was kind of like, you know, knocked out and he was, you know, unconscious for a second, and he just used that last second to throw the best kick, and it landed, and it resulted in a knockout, which has happened. So that's why I wanted to say, yes is nothing, no is nothing. Everything has its own yes and no's. Everything has its own, the percentage, the probability. Yeah, this is more likely to land, this is less likely to land, this is more likely to happen. Yeah, usually basic moves are more likely to land, obviously, because it's less effort, and even if it doesn't go as well as you may expected, you can obviously follow up on it. Whereas if you go to throw a big move, it doesn't really go as well, now you're in a wrong position, you're off axis a bit, and your opponent is going to use that against you. They're going to attack. So yes is nothing, no is nothing. It's all about the timing, or how you set it up and how you use it, and what you do. So depending on yourself, you know, rely on yourself, rely on your own knowledge, rely on what you're good at and what you can do, what you can't do. That's the first thing I want to say. Yes and nothing, no is nothing. Second thing is related to that, which is, if it's not instinctive, if you can't do something instinctively without thinking, it's statistically proven that even police officers, trained police officers, in a tense situation are only 30% likely to shoot on target. That's how it is. I think it's 30%, but it is something like that. It's very low percentage of a police officer, a trained police officer, to shoot on target. So imagine us, all these things that we're training on the bags. Yeah, a lot of people say that it's not the same thing because the bag's not going to hit you back, but there's something else. Think of it, don't think of it externally. Yeah, the bag's not going to hit you back, but when you're training, when you're hitting a bag, you're not going to have that adrenaline, you're not going to have that fear, you're not going to panic, because you know that nothing's going to happen. There's no anxiety, there's no strain or anything like that coming from the inside of you. You're calm, you're thinking correctly, and your conscious mind is working. When you go to do something, there's 3 systems in your body. I'm not a scientist, I'm not any like neurologist or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I've learned, things I've seen, the way I see it. There's 3 systems. There's conscious mind, there's subconscious mind, and then there's muscle memory. So conscious mind is obviously like, okay, me filming this video, that's conscious mind. Subconscious mind is like what I'm doing, you know, the way you sit or something. Just, you know, have you ever, like, you're upstairs and you wanted to go downstairs to watch TV or something, you just, without knowing, you just came downstairs, you did it. You do things without knowing. That's your subconscious mind. For example, breathing, that's your subconscious mind. Blinking, that's your subconscious mind. So there's the 2 things for you. So your subconscious mind, the more you put panic and fear into yourself, the less your conscious mind would work. Sorry, the less your subconscious mind would work, the more your conscious mind would be more alert to doing things. And that's not great. Muscle memory is like talking, it's like training. What you've trained is what's going to be put into practice. So you have to ingrain training, all these moves that you learn, whether it's, if it's boxing, like jab, cross, hook or whatever, and then you move away or you see. That only comes with training. As soon as you see the person move, as soon as you see the opening for you to move in, that only comes with training. Even when you panic, you're able to just turn your mind off and use what you've learned. That is instinctive training. And note how I said it will be the best use to you. Still is not 100% like guaranteed to work, but still it will be the best use to you, best use for you. So if you do train the foundations, whatever you train, make sure it stays in your muscle memory, make sure it's instinctive so that you can use it in any situation. Because when you hit in a bag, you're not going to have that adrenaline, you're not going to have that, you're not going to be scared, you're not going to have any form of excitement. That's the word, excitement, when you're going to train on the bags or anything. But as soon as you turn that into an opponent, and on the street, you know, there's no referee to come and save you. That's why I say don't even bother going on to street fights or school fights. There's no referee to come and save you. If you're down, you're down, and it's up to them what they do to you, and that's not a good idea. So avoid street fights, avoid every fight. But those of you who are trying to be competitive fighters, I'm trying to say, yes is nothing, no is nothing. Yes, this will work. Yes, keeping your hands up will always work. Well, there are loads of fighters that fight with their hands low. And they have still produced legendary fighters that fight with their hands low. So yes is nothing, no is nothing. And anything unless it's instinctive, instinctive training would be the best use for you. So as long as you remember these 2 things, yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great for you. And as long as it works for you, that's how I say it. As long as it works for you, adapt it to yourself. What works for you, your body build, the way you build, the way you're built, the way you learn things. Some people learn things by doing, some people just learn things by watching, some people learn things by people teaching you how to do, some people learn by reading stuff. So everybody has their own style of learning. So learn as it works for you, train as it would work for you, and train instinctively. That's all I have to say. So yes, it's a little bit of a different video. Self-defense, I think, whether you do fighting training or whether you don't do fight training, I think self-defense applies to everyone, because everybody needs to be safe out there. I want all of you to be safe. I don't want any of you to get messed up on the streets or anything. Running away is the smartest move ever, obviously, but when you have to fight, you gotta fight off, you gotta run away, you know, those sort of things. Safety is number 1. But yes, that's what I have to say. Yeah, for those of you who do fight training, hopefully this one was useful for you. For those of you who don't do fight training, who are looking to get into fight training, hopefully this is more of a kickstart. It's more of a good understanding for you. And those of you who just are not interested in any of these things and just love me, love to watch my videos, thank you. I love you all. You're all awesome. I love you all. Stay home, stay safe, stay blessed, stay awesome, my little dragons, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Yes.